Has your body stopped progressing and you're wondering, am I just doing too much in the gym? Watch this.
Our first caller is James from Australia.
James, what's happening? How can we help you?
Hey guys, so I've been listening to you guys for about 3 or 4 years now, and you guys have helped me heaps along the way, and it's good to hear some real truths about fitness and health in general. My question is, so I feel I'm in pretty good physical shape at the moment. I go to the gym about 5 to 6 times a week, usually for about 1 to 2 hours. I'd say I'm about 9% body fat and quite muscular and lean, and have been in this shape for the last 3 years. I work in corporate 9 to 5. I'm extremely busy all the time, and I quite often have a lot of fatigue. At one stage, I thought I could have had a bit of chronic fatigue. I find I don't have much downtime, and I'm starting a new job soon, and it's going to be really important for me to prioritize learning this job. And I'll probably need to cut back on exercise to do so. That's probably going to be pretty hard for me because in the past, I've relied on exercise for my mental health benefits. I've had challenges in the past with mental health. So it might be hard for me to cut down on it because I'm pretty reliant on it. So basically my question is there a way to keep my current shape that I have physically with less time in the gym, or do I need to adjust my mindset and expectation of how lean and muscular I want my body to be? And part two, from a diet perspective, if I'm working out less, should I reduce my calories?
Okay, let's go with the first one, the first part of that question, James.
I want to know more, too, about how his training is. If you're training 5-6 days a week, what does it look like typically?
Well, before we get there, James, you said that you need the mental aspect of exercise, but your question is my body going to change? So is it the exercise itself or the mental part of not looking a particular way? I need to understand that before we get a little deeper.
Yeah, look, it's a bit of both. It's the exercise for sure, but I do find I'm probably a bit obsessive about staying lean and muscular. Just for a bit of background, I sort of in my early 20s, I got up to about 233 pounds. I'm in Australia, so I looked that up before I got on. And now I'm down to about 191 and have been that way for a while. So there is a little obsessive aspect to staying lean and, balancing a full-time job and doing that can be hard.
Yeah, I want to caution you on something I heard you say too. You said, I am and I need. And if you're saying that to yourself already, it's going to be really, no matter what advice Sal or any of us give you right now, it's going to be really tough for you to break free from that. So the very first thing that has to change before your working out has to change is that you identify with this way. Like that's you saying I am and I need is like a very powerful statement to put over yourself. So keep that in mind as like we're going through and giving you advice on how we might want to change the way you lift and eat.
Yeah, such a wise thing to say, Adam. And also consider, if you're looking to do this for the rest of your life and you're noticing some of the benefits of exercise, the positive benefits of exercise, because it's such a powerful tool that it can also go dark, right? There's also dark sides and people can become obsessive and all that stuff, but you're noticing a lot of the positives. And if you want to make this a lifelong journey, one of the things that you have to start to begin to understand is that it's a tool that can change and you can manipulate it to improve the quality and context of your life. It is not life itself. Okay, so exercise is not life itself. It's a tool that it can improve life, can improve the context of life. So that's the big picture thing. But let's boil down now to more of the specifics. Adam originally had asked you what your workouts look like. Let's get into that for a second here. So you work out 5 or 6 days a week. What kind of a routine do you typically do? And are you still experiencing lots of fatigue at the moment before you even change out of anything?
So actually in the last 2 weeks since sending the question, I've tried my hardest to cut down. So I've been doing about 4 days a week now. But so over the last couple of years, it was 5 to 6 days, and it would be sort of an upper lower split. No set program, which I know you guys will hate, but sort of an upper lower split, and then focusing on areas as I go that I feel that I need to within that sort of outline.
And how long are the workouts, or how intense are the workouts?
Yeah, I mean, sort of first few years pretty intense, and yeah, probably an hour and a half on average, I'd say.
Okay.
wow.
And how do you feel right now? Are you noticing? Well, first off, how did you feel before? Were you having a lot of fatigue, and then is there been any changes since you went to 4 days a week?
Yeah. Oh, there was some times where it'd be like a Monday and working from home, and I'd be like on the couch with the laptop, so tired, and felt like there was something wrong almost. So I went and got bloods done and stuff. And then since cutting down, I feel a little bit better, a bit more energy, which is good. So.
Okay. So now the part of the question where you said, what's going to happen basically to my body if I work out less? Based off the information you're giving me, your body's going to improve.
Yeah.
So here's the beauty of where you're kind of being forced is that you may actually notice the wonderful side effect of better results, better aesthetic results. Now I'm going to caution you, don't focus so heavily on the aesthetics, because what'll do, it'll push you into doing the more camp. What I think you should focus on is the feeling better side. So, okay, I'm doing less, I'm feeling better. Let me keep focusing on that. And then you're going to be surprised. This happened to me years ago. I had a health scare, and it was a side effect of the fact that I focused on my health. I had to ignore aesthetics because it's mentally what I had to do in order to continue improving my health. And a year into this journey, I realized I look better than I ever had before. And that's when I pieced it together and said, oh yeah, if I'm healthy, I'm going to look great. But based off of what you're telling me, you're probably going to get stronger. You're probably going to have more energy. You're probably going to improve your ability to stay lean, not reduce your ability, because it sounds to me like you're just doing too much. You've already switched to 4 days a week. I already noticed that you feel better. I think you're going in the right direction. That's what I think, and that's going to give you better results.
James, have you followed any MAPS programs?
No, I haven't. I've had a few friends that have, and have had really good results. But no, I haven't.
No FOMO there or anything?
No FOMO. Yeah. Shame on you, James.
There is a bit.
I mean, this conversation screams MAPS anabolic.
Totally.
And going down to a 3-day a week full body routine. And the other thing that I would even add, because just a wild guess, you probably are a superset, love to train to failure type of guy too. Okay.
Yeah,
so not only would I make you go to MAPS.
How did you guess that, Adam?
I know, right? I would make you
wizard.
I would make you go to MAPS anabolic. And the thing is, if I was your coach, that I would stress is 2 in the tank. I would say, no, we're not training to failure in this program. Follow it to a T. Everywhere that it says a rep range, you better be able to get 2 more. I better not see you struggling to get the last rep up or not being able to get the last rep up. You're moving too much weight, so I'd make you do that. And I would just say, trust the process. I believe where you're at shape, and I bet you're going to get what Sal is saying. And the hardest part for you is going to be the mental switch, is going from the 6 day a week training with intense, superset, failure guy. Now all of a sudden you got to follow this 3 day a week full body routine, and your coach Adam is telling you to go 2 in the tank, never go to failure.
Sit in that rest and not do anything.
Yes. And watch your body respond to you, because for once you're actually working with it versus against it. I mean, you have reached your success with your physique where you're at right now in spite of doing it the way your body wants you to do it. Now, if you start to train it the way it wants you to train it, I bet you get even better results. You feel better with less work.
Yeah, and then the second part about your diet, you're saying you're pretty lean. You in your question you wrote about 9% or so. So you're in the lean percent range of body fat. I wouldn't change your diet. I would keep the calories the same and fuel what's probably going to be more muscle growth. So I would keep the diet the same. Your body, what's happening to me right now as I'm listening to you is you're overtraining for your body right now, and you need less exercise, and your body needs to repair and refuel. So I'd keep the calories the same. I'd do MAPS anabolic, and then what's probably going to happen is you're going to gain muscle. You're going to gain muscle, and as a result of that, your body fat percentage might actually go down. Not because you're necessarily losing body fat, but rather because you gained a few pounds of muscle. So your overall body fat now is just a smaller percentage of your body weight. I've experienced this myself, where I've dropped the volume down, and I got leaner, even though I was eating the same. So that's what I would do. I would not have you do a cut at all. I'd have you eat the same, follow a program like Max Anabolic, and probably by week 3 or 4, you're going to be like, oh crap, this is exactly what I needed.
Yeah. Doug will send that over to you.
Yeah. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, no, it does. I think that's probably what I needed to hear. You know, I had inklings that was the case, but you know, no, I'm actually kind of looking forward to having more time in the week and hopefully, well, keeping keeping exactly the same, but you know, being in decent shape. So.
One last thing before you go, James. One, I'd like to hear from you after you've gone through it, because I think it's going to do wonders for you. Two, the last bit of coaching I'm going to give you is you're also, because of the type of person you are, you're going to have a tendency to want to get after trigger sessions. Trigger sessions are more designed to be recuperative. So use bands, okay? I'm going to make you, I would not allow do body weight. I would not allow you to do dumbbells or anything. They say you have to use bands. Use the lightest orange band or whatever color band is the lightest band over there. Use that, and you're just doing a little 10-minute little pump. That's it. That's all you're allowed to do. Don't let me hear you're turning it into workouts.
Yeah, 3 workouts a day.
All right, I promise. I promise.
All right, James. We'll send
I'll
that
let
over
you know
to you.
how I go.
All right. Thank you, James.
You got it, man.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
You got it.
All right.
What do they use for weight over there? He said you had to look up
Kilograms.
pounds. Is it kilograms?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
I weigh
Rocks.
I weigh 2.5
Stone.
Stones.
Yeah, that's what I weigh 2.5 kangaroos or something like that. All right, that's enough. I was waiting for that. You know what's funny is
Wallabies.
yeah, people don't. Thanks, Justin. I'm not the only one that sound like an idiot. You know what's funny about this is you reduce when you're slightly overtrained or you're doing too much. People are so afraid of bringing the volume down or the intensity down because they're like, oh my god, my body is going to go downhill in terms of the way it looks. It's like, no, it actually looks better. And people are always blown away by this. Like, well, this doesn't make sense. I'm doing less.
It's like they get nervous about it. It's
Yes.
like, I can't do this, even though it's like working, just because it's so different than what they were
Totally. And what Adam said is 100%. Like, he looks and feels the way he does in spite of his crappy workout program. It's not working for him.
Yeah.
So it's like you end up getting better results by doing less. I've done this, I don't know, at least 20 times in my personal workout career.
He's in a great transition for this too. And what I would be really interesting if he was a client, or hopefully we can catch back up with him, is I bet. So one of the things I notice when I'm getting chronic fatigue or I'm exhausted like this or I get bad sleep or whatever is the cravings are so high when I'm at that state. And so it's like this mental struggle all the time to be dialed on my diet, or I'm always trying to out exercise my bad decision I made earlier in the day or yesterday. And so I think he'll even find the dieting piece will get easier for him when he actually scales back on the intensity and the amount of training that he's doing. He's going to hopefully we'll hear it's 10 times easier to be as fit or fitter.